One of mine of all time is called a Karakazakozo, which is a demonic umbrella that has one leg and two arms, and it will kind of just chase you. Like, it's kind of malevolent, but it's kind of like a little rascal. I'm gonna put a photo of it behind me. I love them. They have like haunted lanterns. There's other ones where it's like haunted hair, where hair will actually grow mouths and feed on you.
It's like a bad pitch. It's like someone Kaiser Soze a bunch of mythical horror creatures. What is haunted? This Kobayashi mug. And
Review it all.
Review it all.
Review it all!
Dillon, I meant to text you. I tore through Project Hail Mary.
Oh, so good, right? Like,
yeah, like really captured me. Like really stuck with me too. Like later on, like I really thought about like a lot. It's like, yeah, really.
That the
really
Ryan
great.
Gosling movie?
Yeah,
yes.
And Dillon said he had read it, and I got very interested.
So same guy who did The Martian, same
Andy
author.
Weir.
Oh,
Andy
it
Weir.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I gotta get in on that.
Really fucking great book. I've actually been on a bit of a literature tear myself. I'm fucking tearing through books like a motherfucker. It's been great catching up on all this like literature that I like neglected.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do prefer to be locked into a tower with
if you love it so much, then it's yours. Yeah.
You know, the guy just giving away a book.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like in this small provincial town, he's just handing out his product.
Well, there are 3 people who can read here. And she's two of them. And she's two of them.
Yeah, I love the idea that in Beauty and the Beast they have this beautiful town's library, and almost all of the town is illiterate.
No, he doesn't even. It's not even a library. It says like bookstore or something. Like it is a Barnes and Noble essentially that this guy is running. It's not a library. And then he just hands her the book. Like it was like, why wouldn't he just be like, if you like it so much, that's $19.99.
I can send you the free download on Kindle, Belle.
Canonically, Belle is fucking hot.
Yeah,
well, we all
I've gotten
yes.
the sense that he's a weirdo. Like he's trying to be like, oh, like he's one step away from being like, for the pretty lady.
When she leaves, he's the one chewing the page instead of the sheep. Like he's the one. He's like, yeah.
Promise me you'll bring it back once a week for me to smell.
That's the condition I give you the books on. That your hand will touch these pages and I will smell them later.
I only ask that you only read it in the bathroom.
Belle, I'd do anything to you. What? I'd do anything for you.
I think we should probably grade our favorite Disney princesses and the awakenings that all of us had with them, right? I think we can...
If I could find at least 15 things about Beauty and the Beast alone that I would love to rate. I mean, the mere fact that we overlooked a saucy enchantress who pretended to be homeless and wasn't let in, so she turned someone into a sexy buffalo.
When you said saucy enchantress, I thought you were talking about Esmeralda.
No.
Hunchback of Notre Dame is probably one of the least favorited of the Disney Renaissance, but I do love that it has a whole song about a dude being so fucking horny.
Yeah,
he is so fucking bricked up.
Fun fact, though, Judge Frollo, when I started watching Beauty and the Beast again, realized that the guy that runs the asylum, when he comes
same
to
voice.
I was like, why do I know that voice? Yeah. And then I went, oh my God, it's Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The guy who calls his cum hellfire. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
No, saucy, and that's the thing.
Gives a new interest for the Stranger Things Hellfire Club as well.
It's true. The cum club. No, you never, that's why you didn't think of it, because the whole prologue is this like witch enchantress who we never talk about again came and punished this guy who I would be pissed too if I have 1,000 servants and I had to answer my own door. And then he's like, what? And she's like, let me in. He's like, no. And she's like, fuckable dog. And he's like, ah. I did 5 minutes of stand up once and it was only about Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, that animated film is ripe for the picking when it comes to like, I don't understand this, I don't understand that. Like, are we just supposed to take this at face value? I mean, just from one of the tweets I saw a long time ago that was like, are you telling me that a town that seems to be this close does not see the castle rising up out of the middle of the forest that cannot be that much farther away? And what royalty is he? Like, it doesn't even make any
they know
sense. Like,
he's-
none of that
No,
tracks.
they know he's there. They just don't
abandoned.
want to. Yeah, they just don't want to interact with the anamorphic people that live inside.
They
of it.
act shocked when Gaston mentions it to them at the end.
It's been
you
there
know, like-
for so many years, about 7. It's abandoned for like 7 years.
I
'cause he
also
was
love the idea that they weren't the people who built it, right? It's not like the whole reason that most towns exist in medieval societies
Right.
is so that they can supply all of the needed work for the castle right next to it.
Final thing, and I think this is kind of a debatable question: is are all of the silverware and furniture former servants, or only like a few? The ones that can talk, used to be people.
Apparently, all of them were former people who worked at the
I don't-
mansion.
I don't know.
Apparently.
Yeah, you seem confident about that because Matt's got a point. Like all the flatware, all the silverware. Like how many servants did he have?
She did
I
say
feel like
brothers and
maybe-
sisters. To
Sure,
know,
which
so
is horrifying.
absolutely
Oh,
terrible.
God,
Again,
yeah.
we're getting deeper into it. Like, these are the things that don't make sense. Here's the one that I can't get past. Chip is, 6 years old, it seems like? Mrs. Potts is not a young woman, but the fact that Chip's age falls within what has to have been about 10 years of this enchanted curse means that he was either frozen at that point at 6 and they simply have not aged, which doesn't make sense.
she's a
because
fucking
the
pot.
beast clearly has, or she
Yeah.
gave birth to this teacup
I
at
think-
some point during their curse.
I never thought
I
of
like
this.
I
and
like to
hate
think that she gave birth to the teacup. On the other hand, we might have like a Jack Nicholson situation where there was a teacup who was actually like a child bride, and then Mrs. Potts, the grandmother in this situation,
Okay,
took
right.
care of Chip.
And said that she was
It
the
took-
mother.
it took
And
me-
one of the
yeah.
other cups.
It
was,
took
oh,
me a
that's your
bit-
sister. No, it's not. That's
Yeah.
your mother.
That's
That
a
is
full
some-
yeah.
That is some deep knowledge that people have to know.
When you
what you
said
mean
a
about Jack
Nicholson
Nicholson,
situation, I thought he was going to start referring something to The Shining,
Shining,
like he's
yes, I
always
thought you
been the
were-
caretaker, and that the slow
no,
pushing of the
sorry,
camera
yeah.
at the end was Mrs. Potts in
Or-
the photo of everybody at the Overlook Hotel. Like,
No, I'm
and
sorry.
For everyone
it's
who
a
doesn't
slow
know.
motion, and it's Mrs. Potts. You're like, what the fuck?
It was Potts the whole time. Yeah, his sister was his mom, and his mom was actually his grandmother. There you go. You're all in now.
And also that Mrs. Potts, it was a caretaker at the Overlook Hotel.
Yes,
And I feel like that's probably the perfect place to introduce our show. Hello and welcome to Pop Culture Party, people. Wait, no, that's not the name of this show.
Do it
Hold
again, do it
on.
again.
Wait a minute. Go back. Hi, this is Review It All. I am Dillon. I'm one of the hosts here. Introduce yourselves, guys.
My name is Matthew McLachlan.
My name is Michael Bernardi.
And we are here to review everything. And why don't we give a short little review on Beauty and the Beast? I'm going to give it 6 feather dusters out of 6 feather dusters because I love it.
Oh, 6 out of 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 7 sexy buffaloes out of 7 sexy buffaloes. How about you, Michael?
I give it 3 smoking hot blondes pursuing Gaston out of 3 smoking hot blondes pursuing Gaston.
Nice.
The biggest logical fallacy to me, and I have had this, we'll finish it up on this, I will admit to you that a lot of what I thought of didn't come until later. But I swear to you that even when I was 8 or 9 when this movie came out, and I remember sitting there in the theater thinking, why is he so into Belle? There are 3 absolute smoke shows running around after him, seemingly willing to do whatever it is he wants them to do, and more than happy to do it. And even in my kid brain, pre-sexual awakening was like, this does not track to me. didn't get it. And so now age has taught me that there are men like that. And I understand now what that is, but that has stuck with me for years. It's like a core memory of me sitting there confused and being like, dude, there are 3 of them.
Yeah.
She's a 10. They are 10. That's 30. That's 3 10s
Yeah.
right behind you trying to get you. And I'm no mathematician.
I mean, they can't read.
But that's 3 times 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the real thing about Belle, though, is that she has the books.
Yeah, I just want to point. I just want to point out. I know that your grading was the sexy feather duster. Yours was the 3 sexy women, and mine was the big sexy man beast. Just want to point that out. That one of us is not like
and
the other.
that was the Myers-Briggs personality test, sponsored by Disney.
Yeah, that tracks. So, welcome to Review It All, a show about 3 men who know nothing, literally reviewing everything. Last week, we had some very fun topics, but this week, I am very excited. I cannot deny that some of the things we're talking about are near and dear to my heart and things I absolutely hate, which always makes for a fun show. So, Matt, what are we going to be talking about this week?
You want all 3?
Yeah, let's go with all 3.
The first topic this week, we will be talking about Xmas trees. That is topic number 1. Topic number 2, mythical creatures. And number 3,
I am most excited to talk about this week.
Oh, and the third and my least favorite thing on the planet, most excited topic for this week, the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, but
we're gonna get there.
Yeah, that's a perfect thing to round out the end of the show. But I think let's move into Xmas trees. Mike, why don't you start us off?
I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like Christmas trees, Xmas trees.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, if you call them Xmas trees, you're already out. And if we're near a window, I want to kick you out of it. But I don't like Christmas trees as a thing. Anyone that listens to this that knows me will go, oh, of course, that's Michael, and bah humbug, and he's in this and that, and whatever. I don't. It's not that. It's not that I hate Christmas. It's actually my favorite holiday. My wife and I got engaged on Christmas Eve. It's her favorite holiday too. I love it. There's a lot about it that is magical or blah blah blah. But I'm just, there's something about Christmas trees.
Magical or blah blah blah.
That annoys me.
There's something
that
magical
annoys me,
or
right?
blah blah blah.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah. I get it.
It's a pretty good summation of Harry Potter. There's something like magical and blah blah blah.
See, I like them for that same reason, that to me they're kind of annoying, and that's why I like them, especially because they're just a big middle finger to like hyper Christians, because it's actually a pagan symbol. Like the Happy Holidays crowd, like it's a pagan
that's
symbol.
What makes me enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're it's about Jesus and the tree, and I'm like, where do you think that came from, bro? Like that's so. I think it's kind of funny.
I was going to say one of the best things about Christmas trees is the fact that the early Christians were like, these fucking people will not give up these goddamn trees on this fucking holiday. Yeah. And then they were like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Jesus, who lived in the fucking desert, never saw a tree in his whole goddamn life. Yeah. Trees.
And I hate that I'm cursed to bring that up every holiday. Why are we the ones who are cursed to remind everybody that that's that? And I don't mean just the general public. There are the people I know that can just enjoy it. I mean the people who need to be reminded that this is a more of a pagan or naturalist tradition. This precedes it, just like the reason the holiday even is then. Like you just want to be like, hey, you need to take it down a notch, because Jesus had nothing to do with any of this.
I just love that it's the same group of people who are like, we really got to talk about this. It was like this with the bunnies and the fucking eggs on that other holiday. Why do we got to, okay, fine, just bring the pagan symbol in. Just let it be a part
why do we
of
have to bring logic into it? It doesn't make sense either way. So just enjoy it. I'm 50-50 on Christmas trees. I used to fucking love them when I was a kid. I used to love decorating them. Sure. I thought there was just something so like that was like the definitive moment when you knew it was Christmas time, was like you got the tree, you decorated it, like the start of the holiday.
When did you guys do it?
We did it right after Thanksgiving. We would normally, when I lived in Maine,
right in there. Okay.
We would go chop the tree down because there were so fucking many of them. We would just go to a tree farm in Maine, get one, and put it up in the house. And then I have a lot of fond memories of decorating the tree with my family when I was a kid. Now that we've gotten older, like, it's a lot of work. Like, I kind of wish I could do like a Grinch situation and I could just like and it was just done. And it was just there and it looked.
The tradition's a little too exhausting.
We'll get to it.
Tradition's a little too exhausting for you now. You're just like,
yeah,
at what
I guess
cost?
I'm just a lazy bitch at this point. And it's like, I want it to look pretty. I like things looking pretty, but yeah, the day of putting it together is, I don't know. It's not floating my boat like it used to.
Let this describe my upbringing in childhood. Chances are the Christmas tree never came down. It was fake and it was just in the corner at all times.
Okay, so it was fake. All right.
So it was
just there at all times.
Yeah.
It just got pushed to the side.
And then when we reached over the hump of 4th of July, we might as well just keep it, apparently.
All right.
Let's just
keep
keep
the
it up.
bathrobe off of it.
You know what? It's nice to stay festive year round, though.
Yeah.
You know?
So
it was like a yearly sundial. It was like you knew it was getting further away from Christmas as it moved all the way to the corner.
Yeah.
And then as we passed the summer solstice, it gradually made its way back to the center of the room in front of the window.
just so many people would come into my house and be like, all right, so where should I? Oh, okay. It's August. Huh. All right. And I'm like, I don't make choices here. I'm a child.
So you were fake tree.
Fake tree.
My family, we were always, and my parents still are, grown trees from a tree farm. My wife and I started doing
organic trees, I think is the word you're looking for.
Yes. Farm to table.
Yeah, farm to table, whole sourced.
So they do the grown trees. They go, growing up, it was always known Michael did not like going to the tree farm, trying to find one.
I love the idea of you as a surly child.
Just never like, God, the way they pushed that onto the consumer. That was the original like self-checkout, was you cut down your own tree. How they ever got away with that scam, I will never understand. Oh, it's charming. Yeah, okay. Yes. So self-checkout, I guess. Or
you can do it and bring it to me. No, don't you want to know where you end its life, technically? Don't you want to, like...
Yeah, here's a saw.
Don't you want to visit the scene of the murder?
Here's a saw. We'll stand over here with some netting maybe to put it on top of your car for you. I don't know. The whole process, I'm just not a fan of. Getting the shit out from the basement or the attic, all the other stuff. Now you've got this thing you need to keep alive in your house.
I can hear your sigh when someone's
it's just not...
Michael, it's time to... And you're
like, how are you going to do it? And then if there's little kids involved, it's just always danger. And then if you're I don't know. Look, listen, it's fine. It's a cool part of Christmas, but I like, now that we have a fake tree, it's a little easier. We spent a little more on it, so it looks very realistic. And now we don't need to do that. However, I did go down a bit of a rabbit hole for the on the National Christmas Tree Association website.
Ooh.
Okay.
And some of you might be wondering, what?
Yeah.
There's a National Christmas Tree Association?
Exactly right.
You bet there is. Just like when I was in home ec in 7th grade and I found out there was a National Egg Board, and I thought, wow, people have a lot of free time.
Sure.
So there is a National Christmas Tree Association, and they are big advocates for the natural Christmas tree farms,
of course,
and
they
et cetera, et cetera. And I have to be honest, they did, the plot twist is that when you really think about it, the natural trees are better for the environment, because by growing the trees, you are helping with oxygen and the water cycle and all that stuff. And obviously by creating metal and plastic trees, you are not helping with that problem.
I've got two things to say to that. One, real trees smell great and look good, but of course plague us with the worst thing about Christmas trees, and that's their fucking needles falling onto your goddamn carpet and never coming out. It's like fucking nature's pubes. It's terrible. Fucking
so that's
hate
all the more
shit.
reason to create more plastics and metals.
Correct. On the other hand, the plastic tree, once you buy it, you've got that tree for a long time. Like, we bought a plastic tree basically once we moved to Florida, and we found out that, like, buying a real tree in Florida was going to cost us not only an arm and a leg, but was already like half dead. Like by the time you picked it up at like the Home Depot, it looked like it had gone through like a fucking war. And you were just like, I'm not spending money on this.
Yeah, it's interesting. I find that the people who bitch at me for printing things on paper, printing scripts on paper, are the ones who also want real trees for Christmas. And I'm like,
Yeah, but you
wait
recycle them. They have services for recycling them.
I'm like, but you're actually cutting down. I understand you're not going to get
Yes, but
this.
they were grown. I'm going to say this. Listen, the National Christmas Tree Association got to me.
I didn't realize we were standing for the National Christmas Tree Association.
No,
All
I'm
right.
telling you, when you sit back and think about it, they make fair points. If they're grown for that purpose,
oh, I agree with
they
you.
have to grow for several years. You're getting the benefits of those trees if they are recycled and used in that way. I'm going to blow your mind again. You ready for this?
Do it.
There are a surprisingly small amount of fires that actually occur from having Christmas trees in the home. I think it was like 50 a year.
They're
like
wet
nationally.
No? Aren't they wet?
What's that?
The trees are just hot and wet.
Well, no, you should put them in some form of water, but they're not wet.
They're
it's
wet.
Like you fucking take a hose to it.
They're wet. Aren't they wet?
It's not the produce section at ShopRite where they're spritzed.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, those need to go on the fucking list too. Stores that do it too much drive me fucking all right.
Too much. Man, your Christmas tree is humid.
Yeah,
your Christmas tree's wet.
Yeah. No,
this
they're
is
not
a
wet.
really nice. Is this like an Amazon
Yeah.
Christmas you've sort of got going on?
I'm with you, and I am pro. First of all, I'm pro chop down the tree and give me paper, because the more of these you chop down, the more you need to plant. So there will end up being more trees. That's my logic. But where I cannot get behind this logic, and I wonder if this, whatever the fuck, Christmas Tree Association, if they mention this, what I cannot get behind is the people who pull the roots up and deliver it to you, and then you give the tree back and they replant it. Have you heard of this service? It's a real thing for Christmas trees.
No.
Oh
they pull up the whole tree so you can keep it alive. They'll deliver it to you, so you have the tree in this giant base with fucking roots, and then you take it back and they replant it for you to come back to the same tree every year.
This is like when I buy basil at the grocery store and it comes in the dirt at the bottom.
Yes, like, but a Christmas tree.
Okay.
How does everybody feel about arguably the most famous Christmas tree of all time? Big old Rocky Feliceni, baby. We've all lived in New York. We've all been to that tree.
At what cost? I mean, I'll see it, but to even fucking get there, I mean, it's just the worst people and the worst time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like being a Christmas sardine. You're shuffling along.
It's weird that they would want
to
recreate Times Square in a different location. It's a strange thing to want to do.
Yeah, it's magical. And how great is it to be like, whoa, big tree, me small? But it's so wet. You know what I mean? That tree is just sopping wet. What's your
best?
Are.
Okay, what's your best? Does anybody, Matt? You've shared what I have to assume is your basic memory of the Christmas tree, which is it's standing sadly in the corner of the room until the winter solstice. But
yeah,
I mean,
it was
Dillon,
a cat toy. It became a cat
memories.
toy.
It was a cat.
Yeah, it was a cat toy for years. It was just a cat tree, essentially.
It was a cat tree, and it's like, where's the cat? Oh, it's in the Christmas tree in September. Yes.
No, I have very fond memories of my Christmas trees, especially growing up in Maine. Like, there is a big part of it for me. But once we moved to Florida, and like once we got a fake tree, and like each year that I got progressively older and had to do the work of setting it up and putting the decorations on it, my love for them has slowly waned. But I won't deny that if I'm like out and about, and where I live now in New Mexico does a really beautiful Christmas stuff and like Santa Fe and whatnot, I still like them. I still like looking at them when somebody else has gone through the work of making them beautiful.
I think I'm going to come back on the
romance that's lost.
I'm going to come back on the other side, I think, as I get older, when I have a place of myself, my own place, and I can be like, I got a little tree for myself. Like that, I'm looking forward to that. But the childhood did not bring such memories. So we're creating new ones. Yeah. And it will be dry. Mine will be dry.
There's a romance that's lost with a fake tree. I'll admit,
I agree
because my memories come from being like the smell of the real tree, the feel of it, seeing a gift underneath it. There's something wonderful about
nothing
that.
is sadder than breaking out the pine air freshener to fucking coat the plastic tree.
Oh no, I'm not saying no.
I actually,
it is what it is. We'll light candles.
I actually had the one where there was like the fiber optics in it, so it would like twinkle, and I'm just like, we're doing a lot of work here. And why is it plugged in year round?
We ready to rate this bad boy?
Yeah.
Right. What are we grading it with?
I am going to give it 7 ornaments out of 10 on my scale. I think I do like Christmas trees. I love seeing them. I do think that it is a pivotal symbol of the holiday. Mm-hmm. But as I've gotten older, the work that goes into making them and like doing it bumps down quite a few. So I'm giving it 6 ornaments out of 10.
6 or 7?
7. 7 ornaments out of 10.
Got it. Michael.
You heard my tone, and then just now I started thinking about maybe doing it once when my daughter Marcy starts to get a little older and going to get a real tree, and I started to get sentimental, and so
what was it before you thought of your
about
daughter?
Her listening to me and being like, "Yeah, my dad was a miserable prick,"
and that's why I love Christmas trees now.
Our Christmas tree was never in the living room. I wish I had a dad. Wish I had parents like my Uncle Matt, who just kept the tree in the room all year round.
And it was so dry. My Uncle Matt's was so dry.
You could potentially raise her to be one of those fucking people who has Christmas year round. So yeah, you gotta head it off.
Like the Christmas tree store that was open in the middle of the year. You'd be like, how are you open all the time?
Let's not get confused. We didn't celebrate Christmas year round. We were just poor and bad people.
What was it? Ornaments? 5 ornaments out of 10. Because there's the parts of me that feel one way, and then there's the parts of me that feel another when you get in the Christmas spirit, like a rom-com.
Yeah.
When you move away from your job in the big city and you meet that wonderful rancher who lives on a Christmas tree farm, and you ultimately divorce your husband who's supported you your entire life to go live with this man who you've only known for a week.
Or went to high school with and isn't a Trumper somehow. Yeah.
Oh, he is. It's coded in there. Yeah.
Okay, so
we just need to get rid of the immigrants that are cutting the trees down,
Mm-hmm.
If you just took it out of the ground and brought it to your place, I'd come get it.
Scoop out the roots.
Scoop the roots. That's his company name, Scoop the Roots.
Yeah, Scoop the
Roots.
that is Review It All's first bit of merch. Scoop the Roots.
No,
Scoop
it's the cum shirt, and it will always be
great.
the cum
Okay,
shirt.
good. Okay, good. Okay, so having grown up in the hellscape that I did, and in Florida of all places for Christmas, where it was basically like, okay, December 25th. Moving up to New York, having holidays with great people like you guys and friends, like I saw what the magic of Christmas could be, and coming in and be like, oh my God, it smells it's like pine and baked goods. Like I love this. Is this what a home feels like? And I would say 6 out of 10 ornaments.
Nice.
I think I'm landing. Yep. I think I'm peaking over the middle because of hope.
Yeah, what the future holds.
Yeah, what the ornaments could. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have Dillon 7 out of 10 ornaments, Mike 5 out of 10 ornaments, and Matt 6 out of 10 ornaments. Well done.
Nice. What is
moving
on
to our next,
Michael? Yeah, what are we talking about next?
Mythical creatures.
Oh my God,
it's our next topic.
What a giant gamut we can run.
I mean, it's huge. It's huge, but
this is a massive topic, and you will find that on our list there are mythical creatures on it that obviously are more culturally relevant. But I liked the idea of mythical creatures, and I'm gonna take the front on this. Mythical creatures are maybe one of the greatest things that humanity has ever collectively created, because it is quite literally a group effort. Every single person, every culture has mythical creatures that they have created. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, somebody has come up with some weird, out of the fucking pocket creature that exists in their society and has some form of lesson. And there's something I fucking love about that. I think that there's something so deeply human about it that I love it. I love
for sure.
it.
They get lame real quick, though.
Yeah, if you deep
I
dive
think
more
very
into the
much
surface,
like they get tired fast. If you do what I did and you go through like a quick like, here's like 50 creatures from different cultures and sort of a general vibe, and you start to scroll through and you're like,
God damn
wow, this really is like it starts to get very Marvel Cinematic Universe-y, where you're
Yeah.
like, you know what, guys, maybe too many too quick there. You
How
just
many
want to
different-
slow it down a little.
Yeah,
You're
no,
like,
not everyone's going to be an Iron Man or a Superman. They're going to be
Yeah.
they're going to be some kite men and some Lizard League in
Yeah.
these
You're
mythical
like, how many
creatures.
fucking different type of kelpies can we have? I mean, come
Well, and
on.
it's an era type thing too, because obviously you could argue our modern mythical creatures are things like superheroes and comic books and stuff like that. But because there is a real drop off of the classic mythical creatures, like
Yes.
because nowadays we really are talking about Xmas trees. Like we're down to like holidays and
I think
leprechauns.
one of the
gnomes.
surest signs that humanity peaked and now is on the downswing. There's like no more whimsy left in the world, right? Like now that we know everything, we've explored everywhere, and we kind of know that these mythical creatures aren't real. The world is a much less fun place.
Well, hold on. No, I'm just kidding. What I love about mythical creatures is that the interpretation is what matters. So, like on paper, you'd be like, okay, mermaid, fine. But then, then you see like, oh, a magical fun time animated version, or then like, whoa, that's scary as fuck. And that's super cool. Like, I love that the telling of it deepens it in whatever you want it to.
And I'm sure, Matt, you feel this way as well. Like, they are perfect, like, narrative devices. There are so many different ways that you can go with mythical creatures for storytelling. I mean, that's what they are. They're these ideas encapsulated inside of mythology and whatnot. And that's what makes them so fucking cool. My question for you guys is, do you have some favorite ones that you want to highlight?
Yeah, I do. But it is down to the interpretation, because I think the idea of them can be really cool. And it's such a basic white girl pumpkin spice answers. But I do love dragons, though overrated. But if they're done well, they're awesome.
I mean, Daddy Dragon is the peak mythical creature, right? Like nothing gets better than a dragon.
Like listen, medieval like warfare is cool, and then when you in like Game of Thrones or whatever, where it's just like add in a dragon, you're like, oh fuck, we're done for. That was cool. I think vampires are so easily lame, but if they're done, like rarely do I find that they're done well. I mean, Sinners might be one of the closest. Anne Rice did a good job too, but I also like Mothman. Fucking Mothman is dope.
Yeah, well, those, and I love that they've got a lot of different names too, because those are cryptids technically. But Mike, you got any favorites?
First of all, I did have a little bit of a question about like, well, mythical creatures versus are we doing like mythical beings? Because like, I guess like the gods would be like mythical beings.
Those count.
Sure.
Are they creatures?
Grecian?
I mean, look, but Zeus turned into so many different creatures to fuck so many different people.
He needed to be different things to fuck. Yeah.
So they are such a good, before I give you like a favorite and like a worst, like they are such a good encapsulation of the inherent problematic nature of humans, particularly from a patriarchal perspective, going all the way back. The more I read about them, where I was like, oh, Medusa was an evil. She actually got
assaulted,
by a god, and because it happened in Athena's temple, Apollo did it to her. She punished Medusa and made her. She was the problem. Where you're just like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
So here's one of the ones that, because I don't really have a favorite. I think dragons are super overrated. They're not my favorite. They're dope, but they are not like whatever.
Yeah.
The one that I came across that I love is this chick Lilith, who's more of a biblical mythological character.
Yeah, she's fucking
who
dope.
is the chick that was the like preceded Eve. She's Adam's ex-wife. And she was the one that God was like, yeah, I'll make her out of the same stuff that I made Adam out of. And like, they'll kind of be their own individuals. And just in case you weren't sure where this goes, turns out having her be an individual with her own point of view
Agency.
and stuff was wildly problematic for them.
Yeah,
And she had to go and she became terrible. And so the only one that worked was the one that he made out of Adam's rib, which was Eve, so that she was subservient and sort of ultimately was always going to be 1A to his 1. And but she fucking rules, dude.
Yeah, well, she's like the mother of all demons in a lot of like cultural settings. Like she's the one who gives birth to all of the mythical creatures that we know of in some comics and stuff like that.
Which probably means she's super awesome and down to earth, just from the way.
She rules in the same way that like when you really actually zoom out, she rules in the same way that like Satan and hell rules, because you realize it's like based on what the parameters are to exist as what is essentially a slave and a subservient sycophant in heaven, to have any sort of agency, individuality, you must end up in hell. Because you're not brainwashed. You're not just a cog in the machine of I am the only God. And so she rules in that way, where it's like, so if you like strong women, you have to love Lilith. And it finally made me realize too why it's called Lilith Fair. I after all this time, I was like, oh, no wonder the music festival is called Lilith Fair. That's why. It's strong, creative, independent women. And I think that's dope. Biggest overrated, and it's only by accident that it happens to be for girls on the opposite end. Unicorns. Unicorns fucking suck.
Yeah.
They make zero sense. Why do they have a horn? Like, how is that not off-putting?
It is.
Like, it is such an awful thing. And we have narwhals, and they get zero love.
It's true.
Zero love.
Well, it's the scene,
the height of their cultural significance was, thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Like, that was it. That was the height of their cultural significance was, hi, bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
This is what I do love, is the idea of unicorns, only because when asking the Scottish what's their national animal, they said the unicorn. And they went, that's not real. And the Scottish people just went,
so did Philadelphia with Rocky Balboa. Right. I mean, there's precedent for this.
Yes, exactly.
I agree with Mike. I'm not a big unicorn fan because they're such misandrists. Like, they are the bitchiest animals. Only a pure-hearted virgin can get near me. It's like, I don't, bro, get a fucking life.
Right. Like, what a weird, like, Jonas Brother pride. Purity ring, like gross youth pastor vibe.
Yeah, like what's wrong?
And then it's
unicorn?
on a bunch of trapper keepers, and Lisa Frank was also a problematic Brent. Like, where you're just like, this is unicorns.
Unicorn
are not it.
Unicorn is the friend that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe we're hanging out, and then they'll be like, you know what? You should come to youth with me. And you're like, oh, okay.
Unicorn is a mythological trad wife.
Yeah,
I mean, really, when it comes down to it. I mean, it's
you know
it's
what?
gross.
I'm just gonna say it. Favorite mythical creature, God. We were all thinking it.
He's probably pretty good up there. Yeah. I love all mythical creatures. Luckily enough, living in Japan like I did, Japan has incredible mythologies. And when you were there, like, they really embrace their mythologies. I think Greek mythology, maybe more than any other, is the one that, like, Western cultures know the best, right? Like, it's the one that you're fed the most. But some of my favorite mythical creatures are essentially like haunted objects in Japan. So one of mine of all time is called a karakaza kozo, which is a demonic umbrella that has one leg and two arms, and it will kind of just chase you. Like, it's kind of malevolent, but it's kind of like a little rascal. I'm going to put a photo of it behind me. I love them. They have like haunted lanterns. There's other ones where it's like haunted hair, where hair will actually grow mouths and feed on you.
It's like a bad pitch. It's like someone Kaiser Soze'd a bunch of mythical horror creatures. What is haunted? This Kobayashi mug.
Yeah, I like when they were like looking around in the room and they're like, what could be scary? And they were like, umbrella. And
It's
that
not-
was what they went with.
It's like a guy who slept in on his presentation and totally procrastinated and showed up
100%.
and he was like, so what do you got for us for the haunted? He's like, water bottle's haunted and it has hair. And
the
they're
cool
like,
thing about that, though, and the
God
reason why
damn
they
it.
came about
Genius.
is because Japan has this belief anyway that every object has its own soul. And the reason why it turns into a monster is because you neglect it. And like, what a fun way to live life. And also to care about your objects that you own and stuff like that. Yeah, to think about it as like, it has a purpose and a meaning.
It's exhausting, though. It really is exhausting.
you mean I
when
gotta
you're
care
like,
for
well, everything?
everything, or otherwise it's going to turn into a demon?
Like,
Yes.
like imagine how exhausting it would be to put googly eyes on everything and realize that everything was like
Oh fuck!
anything you picked up, you'd have to be like, hey, like
it does leave a little bit to be desired when you think about how many more things can judge you
For sure.
and your poor decisions.
I mean,
you know, are you mad at me?
Yeah, bookcase. Are we
Mhm.
okay? Are we good?
fucking picture
Mhm.
frame. I look at you every day. Like, no, like you're doing a great job. You're holding that photo real great. But
They're
that's
just so shy too.
yeah, they are.
Mythical. Like I do find that to be kind of lame about them too. Like when people are really trying to, like these things that are so, they're this simultaneously annoying, like omnipresent, but also like, where am
Yeah,
I? You know,
peekaboo, you can't see
especially
me.
modern times, like the when they're really trying to hang on to it. Like how many more Bigfoot shows can
Ugh.
there be, or how many
Dude,
more
yeah.
haunted house?
Nothing
shows
is
can
funnier
there
to
be?
me in the year of our Lord 2025 than still not getting good Bigfoot footage when my Samsung can zoom into the fucking moon. You're telling me that you're still getting grainy footage in the forest
When
with
every-
a camera that is better than almost all technology we've had up to
That's
date?
right.
When
You fucking
every-
kidding me?
Every single person I know has some video of actual aliens in the sky, and you mean to tell me that experts looking for Sasquatch is like this? Like, but here I am, like
Nobody has a steady
and here I
cam.
am,
Yeah.
like, dude, here are these like multiple blinking lights flying overhead. Check it out. It's
Apparently
definitely a
the only
UFO.
way that we can capture Sasquatch is on a 1978 Betamax.
Yes,
That is also being operated by somebody with cerebral palsy. Those are the two requirements to capturing Bigfoot
You
footage.
you cannot have an able-bodied cameraman.
no.
You cannot have good funding for cameras. It has to be an old 8mm. It's got to be a grind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Use it. And then it's like, quick, take a picture. Hold on.
Like it's like this with the thing.
yeah. The fucking smoke comes up.
that's
We were aiming
like,
the
all
wrong
right,
way.
nobody move. Yeah, I like the fact that keeps perpetuating, but there's this desperation to want there to be. I mean, look, we can't have this segment. We have to include in this segment, and we will include at least the snippet of the single greatest modern accounting of a mythical creature.
hmm I'm glad you brought this up because it is one of the most culturally defining moments of the 21st century.
It is and so to know that Dillon and I did not discuss this prior, and he already knows what it is I'm talking about.
100%.
That there is a
yeah.
moment recorded on film in a city, no less,
Mhm.
of a mythical creature in a tree.
Mhm.
Um,
Everybody who's seen the Leprechaun, say yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
I cannot. I'm glad
it could have
that
been a crackhead, according to the one woman that was there,
Could have
been.
as so wisely said.
I'm so glad that I like woke up from a nap on this journey to arrive at where you guys were going, because I was like, what? I was like, yeah.
No, the
The
second
greatest accounting
it is
for of
it
a
is
mythical
one of the it is
what
one of the
people
greatest
wish.
things that's ever existed on the internet, and it is all because of a mythical creature.
And you're going
Now,
to see
is
at least a photograph, maybe a video behind us now to know, because it is one of the greatest pieces of media. And I understand the underpining level of like whatever people are like making fun of people in this community, but
no, it
they-
is undoubtedly racist.
Oh.
Like there is an element to
Which
this
is-
that you cannot get out from underneath. But
but
if
part
you
of
can
me
just appreciate it,
yes, but
it's a piece of history.
But a big part of me is like, these people in this community, let me go back and not say that.
These people.
The people in this community were just like, fuck it. We're getting on TV and we're gonna just go for it. It's gonna yes and this bullshit.
But what I love about it, and for those of you that don't know, we will be playing behind us at least the footage from this. Maybe we can put the subtitles on it so you can hear it, but you can at least read it, and then we'll play it at the end of the segment. But
no, we're gonna have it behind us, but you need to watch this in full with headphones.
Yeah, we'll link it. Yeah. We'll link it for sure. What's funny to me is this clashing of cultures, because so many of the remnants of mythical creatures, I feel like, are predominantly white Western creatures, like a leprechaun, Bigfoot. Go on Black Twitter and look for Bigfoot. The general consensus is this is such a white boy thing of looking for Bigfoot, looking for Yeti. Dragons are such a white people thing. Like the Game of Thrones and stuff. Like these things are such a whimsical white person thing that what I love in retrospect about this video is this almost like, how'd this leprechaun get into this community? You know what I mean? Like where it's almost as though if you listen to it with that perspective of them, they themselves are almost like, how'd this leprechaun get here? Like, this ain't our shit. Like it is.
They're so happy that the leprechaun chose their community. He decided to take a drive through an area.
How did this white boy get in this tree? Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's a real rocking with Mark type moment.
It was the magical flute, guys. That's how it brought it in there. That was passed down from generation.
I think I'm ready to rate Mythical Creatures if you guys are.
Please, everybody. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10 leprechauns.
Yes,
absolutely.
Please.
I'm gonna give Mythical Creatures a 10 out of 10. Whoa. They are arguably one of my favorite things on the planet. They are one of the things that get me out of bed in the morning. Like, I love Mythical Creatures. I love them. I love reading about them. I love learning about them. I love the narrative devices for them. Like, this maybe is our first thing that we've talked about on this show where it's a full 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Matt?
Interpretation matters so much because it can be so bad or so fun that to say like, this is my favorite creature, I love that. Like, to say whatever is your favorite, you have to be specific. You have to like have an addendum like, oh no, but not this kind of unicorn, the A24 kind. I think that pulls it back one for me, and the fact that they're not real, it's a bummer. So I'd say 8 out of 10 unicorns, or no, leprechauns. 8 out of 10 leprechauns. 8 out of 10 leprechauns for me.
I'm going to be a little harsher, all right, and I'll try to quickly give you my reasons why. Okay, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, it's still above half.
I'm going to give it a 6, Mythical Creatures 6 out of 10, because for as many like good ones and good whatever, there is a lot of schlock.
Oh, but that's what I love about them. I love the schlock.
No, I find it annoying. Dude. Okay, in just an hour of research, here's what a big one. I just got to share with you a couple of my notes. All right, one of them was so many multiple animal mashups.
Yes.
So much treasure guarding. Like it's like just like leprechauns alone, right? We were just talking about that. So many animal mashups. It was like after a while, it was like, this is just ridiculous.
I do love that it was just a random number generator of animals. So it's like hippogriffs are horse, bird. Chimeras are horse, bird, goat.
Sometimes person face. Sometimes person face.
Sometimes person face.
Sometimes person body and animal head.
Sometimes like, child face. It doesn't even matter about the people.
Right. Sometimes, okay. Right. And such a weird range of powers in some cases that I found to be very upsetting. And the one that really jumped out at me was Harpy. These birds with like a woman's face, like these vulture type birds with a woman's face, were, and I'm quoting here, known for snatching souls and carrying off food. And I was like, wow, that is a huge gap between those two things that you just listed as what the powers are. So this mythical creature is a blend of a hellish demon and Yogi Bear.
Right.
Like that's a really
Right.
weird,
Right.
like, and it's just like you go down that rabbit hole of like, watch out for this next mythical creature. He's known for causing cancer and stealing packages. Like that's just a really bizarre range.
I hear you, and I understand that. And the fact that it is only 1 point above Christmas trees for you is so funny to me, and I love that deeply. Mythical Creatures is 1 step above Xmas tree for you. Well, that's great. So we got 10 out of 10 leprechauns for Dillon. We got 8 out of 10 leprechauns for me, and 6 out of 10 leprechauns for Mike. So we got our third and final topic, and I feel like it all panned out with Mike talking, kind of leading the charge with Xmas trees and the religious aspect, and Dillon, mythical creatures. I think of this, and I hope you both think of me when and the fear of this next topic and my absolute fucking hatred of it, which is the bottom of the ocean. Okay, and I'm gonna need us all to just take a fucking breath. Okay, just gonna need to just take a deep breath, and now we can talk about it. Because when I tell you that I would rather be launched into fucking space than dropped in the middle of the ocean or sent down to the bottom of it. Like, I'd rather just be, I'll do it. Just give me a gun. Just do it now. Like, I'd rather, like, no, thank you. There's no hope down there. There's no light, first of all. I'm going to make
pressure
this
is intense.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I've got facts here. Just straight up facts that we can get into, but I want to hear your guys' impression of the bottom of the ocean first, because to me it's just unacceptable.
I mean, I'm going to come right out of the gate with a rating on a scale of 1 to 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Yeah,
20 being the best, 20,000 being the best,
20,000 leagues being the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 1,000.
Leagues?
Leagues?
Yeah,
Okay.
1,000 leagues out of the 20,000 leagues. We all immediately are thinking of the deep ocean zone bottom, desert, where things that have their own mythological creatures like krakens and shit or
Cthulhu.
scary stuff that are down there in the darkness. But I do think when we're thinking of the bottom of the ocean, we can't forget that technically the shallow ocean zone and the bottom of it is also the bottom of the ocean.
I hate you.
So I have to be that the silver lining, which is technically the silver lining around all the coasts, needs to be counted. Now, that doesn't mean it's not terrifying.
The bottom.
What I'm saying,
look at this semantics police
This
mother.
what I'm saying is that it's
shit.
unfair to say the bottom of the ocean and only think of the Mariana Trench or the bottom of the Pacific or where the fucking Titanic is in the Atlantic or look, here's another uplifting story, the Titan submersible. So like there are
So your argument is the bottom of the ocean just
you can put your feet.
Is wherever you can put your feet.
In order for me to cope with the Earth being 70% water,
I will not allow you. I'm going to drag you to this hellscape that is.
All right. So Mike has his needs to feel comfortable answer. I will say what Matt is also saying, and that the bottom of the ocean is arguably the most terrifying thing to ever exist in human existence.
Hands down.
I agree.
Would desire to go to space, but not to the bottom of the ocean.
I agree with Matt that I would potentially rather go to an extraterrestrial area than to the bottom of our ocean, where it is arguably the most inhospitable, terrifying zone in human existence. The fucking shit that lives down there is an abomination.
The real thing.
In every category. If you have ever seen
extraterrestrial.
It is. If you have ever seen any deep sea fish, and they are behind us right now, they are the scariest things known to man, and they're just chilling. The funny thing about
geometry came to life.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
funny thing about
geometry came to life and was evil.
What's your rating, Dillon?
Oh, well, we're getting into the ratings right now. It's a 0. I you know what? I'm going to give it a 1 because the horror creatures inspire me to write things that terrifying into existence.
One league out of
1 league.
20,000.
Out of 20,000.
I'm going to give it 30,000 feet above sea level is what I'm going to give it out of 20.
Oh, you're doing that.
20,000
You're
leagues
breaking
under
the
the
rules.
sea.
You're in a plane.
I'm literally
Breaking the rules.
I'm going to be on a Delta flight up and in
Matt's
first
that
class.
Red Bull guy that jumped from the edge of space.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the balloon.
With the balloon.
In the suit.
Yeah.
With the Red
that's where
Bull
Matt's reading.
with the
He
Red Bull
unfortunately
rocket.
does have to land in the ocean,
Yes.
though.
No, do I? Get
You do.
outta
If you
here.
hit the ground, you would die. You have
Never.
to land in the
Space
ocean.
travel, the capsules that would always come back in the ocean.
Fuck that then. I'm quietly on my third floor walk up.
But yeah, I'm going to give it 1 league because also one of my all-time favorite games of all time, BioShock, takes place at the bottom of the ocean. And it's pure terror. I love it. So yeah, narratively, the bottom of the ocean gets a point for me, but you couldn't pay me money to go down there. The people on the Titan submersible, you deserve to die for how fucking dumb you thought it would be to
Especially
do
with
that.
a video game controller. So you're like, really? That's not adventuring. That's
We just kind of put it together with some toothpicks and
But
just pray
Matt,
to God.
you said you had some facts to give us. You had some terrifying information to impart.
Do either of you know what the abyssal zone is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. For anyone who does not, the abyssal zone, it means no sunlight. This is part of the ocean where no sunlight ever can possibly ever reach it. And the water pressure is about 1,000 times stronger than the surface. So we're talking like where you're in the water, as you go, if you had like a bottle or something and you just go lower, it will start crushing. That's the water pressure. This is 1,000 times stronger, the abyssal zone. So the fact that that exists on our planet, fuck that entirely. Secondly, 83% of the entire ocean, which is 60% of the Earth's surface, is the abyssal zone. So 83% of the entire ocean.
and
Okay.
only a fraction of that
Yeah.
has been explored by
Correct.
humans.
We have explored 4 to maybe 4.5% of the oceans and still finding scary shit in that percentage that we have
every
In
explored.
my lifetime, since my textbooks in elementary school, we found that there's life in the abyssal zone
Yes.
down by
Yeah.
volcanic vents. I remember being in elementary school and them being like, most scientists theorize there's probably no life at the bottom of the ocean. There couldn't possibly
No, it's
be. And then
teeming
they were
with
like,
life.
nah, there is a ton of life at the bottom
Yeah.
of the ocean.
Every
And
time
it
we
was
go down there,
bumped up.
every time we go down there, we find something even more horrific.
So, jumping on that, do either of you know what square cube law is?
Square
No.
cube law.
Okay, so every living creature has a limit to how big it can get. Like, you're not going to see a squirrel the size of like a Volkswagen or a duck the size of a house. Like, they'll get big, sure. Maybe there's some version that like whatever,
If they're
but you'll
mythical, they are.
but it's true, but you'll never see something. There's just a limit. Every creature has their limit. But guess what? Not in the fucking abyssal zone. The square cube law does not apply down there, which means that any creature has no limit to the size it can get to. So when you find, and we're talking place we can't even get to yet, there are things that they have washed up that are crabs. Like the shell is fucking this big and the legs are like just unfathomably
Yeah.
big.
They're maximizing their gains down
They
in
are
the abyssal zone.
It has a
maximizing
face
so many
tattoo
games.
that says no limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No fear, no limits. Only God can judge me.
Abyssal
One of one.
zone. Abyssal zone. Abyssal zone.
Abyssal,
Yeah.
bitch.
313.
Back to the scary facts. This is a real story that was on a Shark Week episode where in
So you know
Australia,
it's credible.
obviously it's Discovery Zone. It's real. No, but these scientists found the largest recorded great white shark ever. They're like, this is it. Like they tagged it. They could locate it. It was a huge win. And after like a month of tracking it, they found and it would data would come back in like late, like a week late. They saw that it kind of turned off, or like it wasn't getting any more data, and they saw it washed up on the shore. So like, okay, let's plug it in, and they got real time data of this shark traveling in its normal pattern, and then where the bottom of the sea level went like this down to the abyssal zone, it went like this, and then it got really warm, and it shot straight down, which the scientists only deduced that the only thing possible was it was fucking eaten.
Yeah, just some fucking
Kraken, like, what's this? And just like,
well, look, the only thing you touched on it, the only thing more terrifying to me than the bottom of the ocean in terms of like the deep ocean zone is the concept of the continental shelf, the continental drop off. That like if you were kicking along the shallow ocean zone, there is a point where you come up to an edge, quite literally, that just slopes down into shadow. My asshole is clenched. Like,
you couldn't get a golf tee with a sledgehammer in my ass right now.
Like I'm short of breath right now. The imagining seeing that. And like the only comfort is even in my imagination, I'm getting right up to the edge and doing this.
No,
because that's. Have you ever watched any of the free diving videos where people go as far as they can go on any breath of air?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't want that.
Like everything about it is terrifying. It is the perfect breeding ground for fear.
Yes.
Like, because you can't see.
Yeah.
Keeps going. It's deep.
You can't see. You can't hear. It's pitch black.
There are also stories where like those people don't come back.
There.
Yeah, people don't come back from those things sometimes. I had so many things that the last thing I'll say is, do you know there are multiple cases of sounds in the ocean being made deep underwater, being heard around the planet?
Yeah.
There are multiple cases where different sounds are made, and every single time the government's like, it's fucking ice. Ice did it. And they're like, but it was right by an active volcano. Yeah, those volcano ice shelves just really...
No, I think H.P. Lovecraft was brilliant for setting his most terrifying creatures at the bottom of the ocean. Like Cthulhu, a very well-known piece of horror literature, obviously comes from space, but the place where he resides on Earth is at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, or at the bottom of the ocean. And what place is more cursed and fucked up and filled with more mystery and terror than the bottom of the ocean? It is the perfect narrative device for fear. Like any movie that takes place where we're going to be an intrepid crew that's at the bottom of the ocean just looking for stuff. You're dead. You're going to fucking die. And if anybody in any narrative place was like, hey, you should go to the bottom of the ocean to research something, you're going to die.
The fact that it's real, it's not like a fake, it's not a fake. Like even fucking Mars and all these places, we're like, okay, we have a rover there, but we don't. Go ahead, Michael.
The idea too of the trench zones, like where you're in the abyssal plane and you still can come up to another edge and look down and be like, the fuck? Like, like it just to me is even more insane. Like, you know, and like on the one hand, there's a part of me that's like, that seems extremely peaceful. But there's where you're like, it's quiet. Like it's like there's an like dude, I didn't say it was a big part of me. I'm trying to open my mind here.
If I had like God powers, I had God powers where I'm like, nothing can defeat me.
To the scariest thing that's ever existed.
When I turn out the light of my room, I do the little thing and jump on my bed. Like, kidding me? Like you were to put me in the bottom of the eye. There's no power there. No, I'm done.
It's terrifying to me. It's because it's so just existentially.
So
like,
are we ready to rate? I mean, we've kind of already rated it. So are we kind of like? Is there anything else that we can say about the bottom of the ocean that isn't just wrapped in?
What could make you think, okay, it's dope? Like, would we have to find like Atlantis? Would we have to find?
Yes, I would say that we would have to have the mythical city of Atlantis appear. I would say, yeah, like the only way that the bottom of the ocean would be acceptable is if there was a mythical city of Atlantis and they were like, oh, everything down here's fine. Don't worry about it.
I think if there was some thing or if we could bypass all of corporations and capitalism, that there's like something that helps the world that's
Yeah, the
down
cure for
there,
cancer's
something where
down
it's
there.
like, yeah, like that could, sure, like the pressure of the ocean and the whatever the fuck helps all humanity and we're healthy and we live a long, vibrant life. Cool. But there's aliens down there too, man. What are we even talking about? There's no way they're not.
That has to be where aliens exist, right? Like, yeah. Like, besides
Like
space.
if they were hiding from us,
Yeah, like-
Oh,
that's
they
where
are.
they would
Yeah,
hide.
for sure. Yeah.
All right. I think, okay, so what were our ratings again? I'm giving it 1 fathom. The narrative scariness of it is enough for me. That
What is the
fine.
ratio of league to fathom? I don't even know what each one of those measurements are.
Oh, those are fake measurements anyway. You don't need to worry about those. Those aren't real. Those are like birds.
I would look it up. Hold on.
1 fathom out
One.
of 20,000 leagues.
Okay, 1 league equals 5.556 kilometers. So that's like
True, still. That's
5,500
too-
meters.
That's too many. No, what is too many?
So
No.
so that means that in 20,000 leagues under the sea, that's like 100. That's 100,000 meters or more. That's a lot of.
I'm gonna
I'm
throw up.
doing.
Yeah.
That's so many
So
kilometers.
what's yours, Dylan?
Mine is 1. I like it from a fear sense, like a narrative sense. But if we're talking about the
Okay.
real, legitimate thing, I fucking hate it. That's terrifying.
So
It's
1 league or 1 fathom? What'd you say?
1. You know what? Fathom is more fun to say. 1 fathom. I'm giving it
Out
1
of 20
fathom.
20,000
Out of
league.
20,000 leagues.
Mike, what the hell is your review?
Hold on, I'm searching for what 1 fathom is.
Okay, great.
So here's a comparison of league and fathom. A fathom is a traditional nautical unit of length used to measure depth. Oh, wow. It's equivalent. This is a real letdown. It's equivalent to 6 feet.
No, that's perfect. That's
It's
fine. That's all
shorter
I
than
need.
I am.
That's fine. That's all I need.
That is not ever how I imagined
Yeah.
the word fathom.
Yeah.
Like when I say it's like unfathomable, you can't even, you
That
cannot
sounds-
get units of 6 feet
Yeah.
deep enough.
Yeah, it sounds
to
pretty
know.
fathomable, to be honest,
Yeah.
actually.
Out of everything, it's actually
really
pretty fathomable.
unleaguable.
Yeah.
It really is unleaguable, which is 5.556
Gross.
kilometers.
Then
So
I'll give it 1 league. Then I guess
Ugh.
like because 6 feet that's too short. That's not even getting above my my ankles at the ocean.
Okay, Mike, what is yours?
Mine is 1,000 leagues out of 20,000 leagues. On the technicality that the bottom of the ocean, even in the shallow ocean zone, if you're swimming among corals and stuff, you can touch that is the bottom of the shallow ocean zone. And you did put that on the table when you said, do you know what the abyss is? The abyssal
Yeah.
plane is
We've
below
got
the
all these
midnight
different-
zone,
yeah.
the
Yes.
abyssal zone. Yeah, like, you have blah, blah, blah. But or I think the Twilight Zone, and then like the I don't know, Liddy Zone, whatever the fuck.
Then there's the outer limit zone, and then
That's right.
there's
The whatever the fuck, the lit up one, the party zone.
Matt, what's your final answer?
My rating is the height in which the seatbelt sign being turned off on a Delta flight out of 20,000 leagues. That is my fucking rating. How
I told
about
you,
that?
you're the Red Bull guy jumping off that weather balloon.
Yeah, I
Like,
am. I'm the
As
but if I
far
gotta
away
land in
as
the
humanly
ocean,
possible.
get me out of there. Like if I couldn't be, I mean, shame on me for living on the East Coast, I guess. Like I should be a mountain man. But damn. Yeah, it's and all my friends, it's summer and everyone wants to drag me to the ocean and I'm like, why are you gonna do that to me? I don't want this. I don't want to know that that's there. I have friends like, isn't it? It's such a mystery. I'm like, fuck that entirely.
No, it's so scary.
Yeah, it's not a
And it-
mystery.
and
It's
it-
just a horror novel.
And it goes to the core of how human beings predominantly interpret their world through sight and light,
Mhm.
and that the immediate absence of that, we are terrified. That is our response, right?
That brings us to the end of another episode. We did it, guys. We got there. We faced our fears. We conquered them. Mike, why don't you bring up the random number generator, and Matt, why don't you read out what we're going to be talking about?
Let's switch it because I don't have the random number generator.
Okay,
Let's get
then
Matt to
either
random number generator.
Dylan, y'all want to read? Or did I do it last time?
Do you want me to do it?
I don't know.
I can fucking pull it up. That's fine.
The first topic is 1196.
Your significant other's best friends.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay.
This one's going to be a little awkward for me. I don't have a significant other.
No. But, well, that's true. But you can just count me as that. The other friend, or my. You can count. Friends. No. You can count my significant other's best friends because you've had to deal a lot with them, and you know how many times they've left, and I've just looked at you, and you've been like. The next topic we will be talking about is 839.
Fingernails and all of their accessories.
Now, do we have to take it for the typo that it is with the wrong there?
Sure.
Wait, what?
Or can we correct it?
I mean, you can do whatever you want with the list.
Oh, fuck you. Don't be mad because someone, whatever.
So yeah, fingernails and all of their accessories.
Okay, cool.
And what is our final topic?
The final topic is 482.
The idea of Schadenfreude.
What is that?
Schadenfreude, for those who don't know what it is the pleasure in somebody else's misfortune.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
So next week we will be talking about things that I have no connection with, nails, and the idea of somebody being in a bad situation. Should be an interesting episode. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. You got anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
Fuck the bottom of the ocean. So anyone who's a scuba diver or interested in that, I don't know who hurt you, but go to therapy, talk it out. You're enough. You don't need to go searching for something.
Yeah, you don't need the cold embrace of the ocean.
No, go to
Merry
space.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone, to my Santas under the sea.
Yes.
To my unicorns under the sea.
I love you. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Review it all.
Review it all.
Review it all.
Review it all!